Okay, they let Lilliquist go. All right. They are on a brutal stretch of games.
It's rough.
All right. They're going to play Philly on the road, Milwaukee on the road, Dodgers on the road, come back, play the Mets and Cubs at home, and then play the Mets again on the road for 4. They don't get a break until Memorial Day weekend in terms of a team with a below 500
May's
record.
just a brutal
All
month.
those teams, winning teams right now. It is a brutal month. It's the worst timing ever to have all those injuries.
Some might say it's a meat grinder.
It's a meat grinder.
Would
and
probably say that.
They need to get Soto back with the quickness. They need to get Rendon back quick.
And what if they go?
Turner probably doesn't get back until mid-May at the earliest, if not late May.
What happens if they go 12-18 in May?
Well,
I mean,
you could still look at the injuries and go, all right, well, that's the reason.
Cakes, you're kind of an anti-Davey guy. If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067. Does this move pacify you? It does nothing for you.
I think it's kind of a meh move.
Is it a
think
scapegoat?
I think he's being scapegoated, clearly. Or maybe Mike Rizzo just wants a guy who's more hands-on than Lilliquist was.
I can't say that much. Say Paul Menhart coming up.
I would be shocked if all of a sudden the bullpen.
I mean, they're going to start pitching like
looks
Tampa.
amazing.
Well, look, first of all, it's a little weird because the bullpen, by and large, has been a lot better over the last
They've
week
improved.
to 10 days or so. Especially yesterday was another really good performance.
I almost think it was because they lost 3 out of 4 to the Cardinals. The learners put some pressure on Mike.
Something weird's going on. But he's blaming the preparation, so it's like seems like he's punishing him for just not being ready to start the season, right? So
Well, I'd like to know what he actually noticed.
Well, he just said I think he's going by results too. He's saying they obviously weren't ready. Play that clip one more time where he was on our show on Wednesday and he said that.
Does he think that the pitching coach is the reason that Trevor Rosenthal came in and was throwing a bunch of wild pitches?
He may, and he may also think that pitching coach should have really recommended that he not they figure something out, not start the season the way he did, because he clearly wasn't ready. That's one thing, and I loved Trevor. I fell in love with the guy, but he clearly was not ready to perform at this level, anywhere near it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would tend to side with the, as we're asking for people to call in at 800-636-1067, I would tend to side with the scapegoat.
That's the way I feel.
I don't think it's on the pitching coach.
You don't think it's on the pitching coach that the bullpen wasn't ready to go? They weren't. That they were just
not
so
really.
bad. Because now they seem to have hit their stride.
The pitching
in fairness.
coach,
I know, but
the
what does
pitching
that
coach
mean?
underneath the manager.
Were those guys just chilling during the spring?
I don't know.
I just don't know what that means. What was different with Mike Maddox? What did he do or didn't do
I would love
versus
to know
what
that.
Lilliquist
That's a great
did?
question. That's a great question.
I also think some of the guys were just performing better, and that's just
Yeah, I mean, at
that's
the end
kind
of
of
the
the
day,
way it is.
At the end of the day, it's on the players.
Well, that's then you never hire or fire a pitching coach or hitting.
That's the thing about him, which apparently they were not.
Apparently they liked him.
Yeah, I mean, if the
But they're
players
going to
go,
like anybody that's hands off.
true. If the players go to Davey and say, "All right, this guy sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing," or you go to Rizzo, that's one thing. But if they like the guy, then it's on the players to me.
All right, let's go to Ashley. 800-636-1067 if you want to chime in. What did you think when you heard the news? I thought it was a little unusual when I heard the news last night. I watched the presser.
How you doing?
Ashley, how are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing great.
Hi, I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good.
What's up?
Good. Good. I'm with Cakes. It's a step in the right direction to get to Davey. Davey's got to go.
I think the
That's my
majority of
opinion.
fans feel that way.
The thing is
yeah,
that
he just.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to hear you.
Oh, he just, he never seems confident enough. He always seems a little shaky. I miss Dusty. Gonna be honest. I've got my 7-month-old in the car. She doesn't know a Nats winning record. She also doesn't know Bryce Harper on the Nats, so we'll take that as a win.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Ashley.
Well, they were 9-8, so she did actually know a winning record.
The Nats actually had a winning
Before
record at
this
some point.
tailspin, they were 9-8.
Oh, okay. I forgot that.
And they
Right.
might have had, a couple of other winning records along the way, but they were 9-8. I think when Rendon goes down, and then they've lost 9 of their last 13.
All right, let's go to Mick
like
in Brandywine. Mick, what's up? You're on with the Junks.
Hey guys, first time caller, long time listener, love the show.
Thanks, man.
Just wanted to point out though that I do think it's worth noting that the bullpen doesn't get as much work during spring training as a lot of starting pitching. I know that the Nats are way low in the league when it comes to bullpen ERA, but they were starting to come around a little bit. And, their struggles are there, and I think that Rizzo took a lot of chances with some of the people in the pen. But I'm not so sure firing a pitching coach gets you there.
Well, isn't it weird? It's just weird to me, the timing of it. Clearly it was predetermined. He talked about it on our show on Wednesday. Play the clip real quick. This is Wednesday when we had Mike on the show, and we didn't talk about it but he said he blamed the bullpen for not being prepared.
Well, I think that you know who you are when you have your full complement of players amassed and in the lineup and performing at the same time. We came out of the spring training with with our full complement of players, no injuries. Our bullpen struggled. They weren't prepared coming out of spring training to hit the ground running at the onset of the season, and then players slowly start breaking down and getting hurt.
By the way, if they weren't prepared in terms of the amount of innings they pitch, to me that's more in the manager than the pitching coach.
I'm not sure he's saying the
pitching
innings.
coach-
I'm not sure he's saying
Well,
innings. Could be work on the side.
I know, but what I'm saying is if that's it, like they weren't prepared because they hadn't received enough innings. You're right, there's work on the side too. But to me, a lot of that's on the manager. The manager's the one that is giving them work in games in spring training.
The thing
The
that
pitching coach to me works on their technique and maybe prepares them. Like if they,
Well,
I
sets their
don't know
schedule.
in baseball if they have meetings like they do in the NFL or other sports, but if they have like film,
100%.
if they have film sessions, I would imagine it's the pitching coach with the pitcher saying, hey, this is where you need to pitch this batter. You need to go outside on him. You need to do this. You need to not go with the splitter. You need to go with your curve against this batter. Whatever those type of preparations, to me, that's what the pitching coach does, not necessarily prepare them in spring training in terms of the workload in games.
Well, they have scouting departments. That's exactly
it's
what
not just games.
they do. All of that.
It's everything.
There's so much work that goes into it, and absolutely. I mean, those guys are at the complex at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.